In this video, we're going to continue to work with materials in VRAY for Blender using this scene here, this architecture, and applying materials and solving various problems that we can encounter. So we started in the previous lesson by applying materials from the Chaos Cosmos browser to our scene and also generating new materials using the AI generator, which is a really powerful tool that can help us and can save us a lot of time creating materials. And the rest of the materials that you see here have been converted from the original scene, which I prepared using standard Blender with cycles. And this is explained also in the Blender video course. And about the architecture, there are video courses on how to create like video workshops where we create architecture. So sometimes when you convert the material, it's fine and you don't have any issue. Some other times you have issue of missing textures. Some other times you have problems with the mapping. So we're gonna try to see these problems and again, how we can solve it. So if I open up the Chaos Cosmos browser, these are materials that we created in the previous lesson, like the red bricks and the black bricks. And so you can continue to generate AI materials with the generator. And this is in beta version, by the way, so probably it's going to get better. So that's already a really useful tool. So usually I start by applying materials using color. So I have an idea, general idea of the material, and using the search filter here in the Chaos Cosmos browser, that can help you to go quicker to what you had in mind. So for example, I was looking for something beige or like yellowish or light brown for the exterior paving the floor, and I found these travertine tiles and I applied them to the exterior. But in some spots they are looking fine, in others they are giving problems of mapping. So searching by color, I think it's really good when you are defining the overall colors of your model, and then you can be more specific on the type of material that you want to use and the type of texture. So you can look for orange materials or black materials or gray materials, and you can go then into the bricks or into the metal and so on. So that's a tip for you when you are starting to place materials all around. So most of these, also the grass is from Chaos Cosmos. And most of these, they are fine. Usually you just need to adjust the size or the tiling. So, and these are all tileable materials that you can just put and fix in terms of the dimensions, and that won't give you any problem. Some other times you have problems again with the mapping. As you can see in this texture here, in some parts it's stretched, so we need to fix it. Now also the glasses are really important. When I converted the class from cycles, they weren't working fine. They didn't let the light go through. So that's a really important issue if you're going to move from an exterior scene into the interiors, which is something we're going to do in this video. We're going to go also and check the interiors. So first of all, select the glass panel and make sure that they are solids, so they have an actual thickness and they're not like simple planes. First of all, that's important. And then check the material, because again, sometimes it doesn't let the light through and they don't work properly, they are not realistic. And so converting them is not enough. You just need to replace them with another Chaos Cosmos glass, or you need to recreate them. Now what I'm doing here is turning off some collections of the interiors, because when you are doing an exterior rendering, you probably don't want to have a heavy scene containing all the models that are not actually visible from the outside. Sometimes they are visible because you have glasses. So here I turned them off. And so what I want to do is just show you that you can see this is a material that is not working properly. And sometimes you do want to make the glasses not transparent to hide what's inside the scene. So you go to the refraction here, drop down the refraction, and that's going to be like opaque and still specular, still reflective, but opaque. And then you can change the color of that main material. It could be like a light blue or something like that. And then also if you increase the metalness, you will have a more mirror material. So that's a good choice if you want to hide, again, what's inside. Also turning off the light inside the building will help you to hide the interiors. So in this scene, for example, I don't have any lights in the interiors, but I also put the reflecting glass to hide what's inside. So in my experience, if you want to do a really quick exterior rendering, you don't want to consider what's inside and also the inverse. Now, this is the grass material that I got from Chaos Cosmos. And again, sometimes it's just a matter of putting a VRAY transform node, which will help you to resize the texture, especially if it's stylable. And all you need to do is just find the correct scale, the correct size, and that's it. Some other times, again, there are other issues. Now, this one also want to show you, this is a noise. It's a material, a water material that I created using cycles and the standard shader of Blender, and then I converted it, and it works fine. But also here I used a more specular material rather than transparent material because I didn't want to show what's underneath that plane of water. And also this is the converted bump or converted normal that it works fine. You can see the actual bumpiness, and we can adjust that by adjusting the overall effect. So if you want it more intense or less intense with the global multiplier in the conversion of the normal into a bump. And you can see now it's more flat. So you can find the good balance. And also I want to show you this. This is a V-Ray noise texture, and it's not a standard texture. This is what is called a procedural map. So essentially the procedural map can be edited directly into, in this case, V-Ray for Blender. If I plug it into the diffuse, you can see the actual noise texture or noise procedural texture. And you can see the white, it's more extruded and the black is less extruded. So it works similar to other type of textures, black and white, with the information going from 0 to 100%. And so again, to hide what's underneath, I just decrease the transparency. If I increase the transparency here by increasing the transmission or the refraction, if we go, you can see that what's underneath. Underneath there is a gray like plane. You can see if I push up this plane, you can see that's underneath. There's nothing in there. It's just a hole. So what I'm seeing is just that gray ground underneath my scene. So I don't want to see that, and so I decrease the transparency of this water. So you need to understand when it's time to use transparency and when it's not time. For example, here I have a swimming pool, but this time underneath I have the actual like swimming pool ground floor. So here I can use transparency, and this is again another converted material from the cycles materials, or you can get them from Blender Kit, as we already know, and then convert them, etc., etc. So here we have textures. Now textures can be divided into two main groups. We have procedural textures, and then we have the bitmap, which is the actual image that you can use. So let's see this other procedural map or procedural texture, which is called the VRAY checker. So if I plug this into the diffuse again, you will see I will get a checker. And again, I can change this directly into VRAY for Blender. I don't need to go outside and go, for example, to Photoshop or GIMP to change the colors of this. I can do it directly here. So procedural maps are handy because they will let you modify and customize the texture directly into the software. You don't need to go outside. While the bitmaps, which are basically standard images that we are already using, well, in that case, if you want to modify them, there are some nodes, as we saw, that will help us to modify the color, etc., but you need to go outside in the end if you want to create a customized texture. Now, when it's purple, it means that Blender is not finding the texture, and we already talked about that, about embedding or packing and unpacking, etc., etc. So make sure there's never that purplish color, because that's a problem, that's an issue. is probably a missing texture. So if I apply any texture in there, then I will fix this issue.